Lions TV, we are sponsored by Regal Elevators and Lifts Consultants Limited, a company that is owned and operated by a Millwall fan, just like every single one of the sponsors you can see on the screen right now. If you are going to do a bit of business in 2020, then please keep it in the Millwall family by checking out all of our sponsors' website links in the description below. There is also a Lions TV website coming soon, courtesy of one of our sponsors, the legend that is Kevin Thrussell. I think that's how you pronounce your surname, Kev. Apologies if I've got it wrong. At Web Design, so keep your eye out for that. And if you are looking for a website, keep Kev in mind because he's a good man and he's got a very good, established family business in that line of work. And I won't charge you any extra for the extra plug there, Kev. But yeah, listen, I've just literally walked through the door from Preston. I'm half having a little bit of a stretch up. I've had to put an out on because my barnet is absolutely outrageous underneath. I'm yet to shower because last night I was up till 3 a.m. The less said about that, the better. But yeah. And I've just travelled home, as I said, from Preston, 6 hours deep. I'll do it all again tomorrow. A brilliant 1-0 win. Go on, Gary the Gaffer and the boys. Excuse the excitement, I'm just still absolutely buzzing my titty bangers off over yesterday's win. A brilliant performance. Gary Rowett went with the same 11 that drew 1-1 against Fulham at the Den on Wednesday, and the boys did not disappoint. A brilliant result, a brilliant performance. Under the first 10 minutes, we was under the cosh though. The first 10 minutes, I thought we were in for a very long afternoon here. And I've praised Murray Wallace to the hilt lately and said nothing gets past him down our left. But for the first 15 minutes, we looked very exposed. And it wasn't really due to Murray Wallace playing bad. It was just good movement, good passing, good ideas and pace from Preston. And twice they breached us early down the left. The first one comes in, doubling up on our fullbacks, which we don't do very well, and I'll talk about that later on when I get into the second half. Doubling up on our fullbacks, ball across the box. The first player to come to it sort of does a dummy. I think it was Nugent, steps over it. And I backed Marlon Romeo yesterday on the advice of my mate Matt to score the first goal, 40-1. Marlon Romeo didn't score a goal, but what he did was absolutely save one. It was as good as a goal. He makes a brilliant sliding block, and Marlon Romeo's defensive work has come on leaps and bounds under Gary the Gaffer, in my opinion. So Marlon saves a certain goal, almost a carbon copy of that exact move, probably not even 5 minutes later, and we have the big man Bolkowski in goal to thank for keeping that one out. And you just thought, listen, Preston have got a fantastic record this season, especially at home. They haven't lost in a long time until yesterday, I believe. So I thought we was in for a long afternoon. You know, we had the storm obviously blowing Dennis. It was blowing towards us in the away end, which would have given them the advantage in the first and us in the second with a win. So that sort of makes sense. But listen, after that, we got a foothold on the game. We started to retain the ball. Plenty of nice passes, plenty of good movement. But I went in at half time just feeling that it's a little bit samey. It's a little bit samey in search of a better term for that. We like to switch the ball from left to right, and that's where Ryan Woods is an integral part in that cog now in achieving that. But when we get the ball in wide areas, we one, don't move it quick enough, and we two, Murray Wallace will get it, and whoever's playing the left-hand side, which is then Bavarsson. I'm not blaming Bavarsson because Bavarsson's a right-footed centre-forward. Putting him out on the left wing is a little bit of a lost cause. And I did feel that Bavarsson did actually well when he come into the centre yesterday and Bradshaw went off and Mahoney coming on. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Getting these balls is strange. As I said, at Stoke and at Sheffield Wednesday, we should have gone away from both those games with 3 points. 6 points in total. We went away with 2. And yes, it's still good results and we're not punching above our level anymore. We're actually at a level where we're looking to go to the next level now, better than the teams like Stoke and Sheffield Wednesday. But it's very samey, our ideas, getting the balls wide and people trying to get on the overlap. And I keep saying it, and Bradshaw yesterday was doing it brilliantly. Bradshaw kept showing for the ball yesterday. He wanted the ball to feet. He was demanding the ball to feet. And then what happens then, if you're a midfielder coming through, Thompson we missed badly, obviously. Malumbi may be a bit more of a holding player, but what you can do is, if you're Woods, you can click the ball in to Bradshaw. He can hold it up. And if you're Woods, then you can then get beyond. People need to start getting in more central areas beyond the strikers. And we don't do that. We sort of slow build up, left to right. Then by the time we get the ball out wide on the left or we get the ball out wide on the right, we've taken so long on that the 2-on-1 situation we've got is now a 2-on-2. And as a result, we play it backwards to Jake Cooper, who clips one into the box. And the ball's in there just too slow, too floated, too flat. So there's more than one way to skin a cat, let's put it that way. And I think under Rout, we will find the right balance. I think he wants other players in to do that, to find that balance, because he said again yesterday in his post-match that we lack a bit of pace going forward. And as I said, I will take, he said everyone likes good footballers, everyone likes creativity, but I would take pace over skill every time, because it just causes havoc. Get players, as I said before, get defenders turning towards their own goal. And I feel if you're Ryan Woods, you clip into Bradshaw rolls it up, you just keep going, get beyond Bradshaw, let him play it wide to Jed or whatever, and they can knock little balls in between the centre-backs and the right-backs or the full-backs. Fuck me, I think I'm Andy Gray all of a sudden, didn't I? Not Andy Gray, he's the man now. It's Carragher and Neville. But I know what I'm thinking. If you know what I'm saying, then good, fair play to you, know your football. But we didn't do that in the first half, and at half-time, I just felt if we did do that, then we would get something out of the game. And we come out in the second half, and one of the best performances under Gary Rowett in that second half since he's taken over. We was never threatened by Preston at all. One of the longest moves I've ever heard, by the way. It went on forever in that second half. The fans were fully behind it, and that's because the team were giving us something to shout about. They were giving us, enthusiasm, and they were showing us that they was really dedicated to the cause of winning the game. And almost immediately we start doing different things. Malumbi starts going a little bit more central. And again, we like nice football. I love nice football. Gary Rowett clearly likes that way, and that's the way we're going to move going forward. But sometimes vary it, and just a little balls over the top, as we saw with the one that Tom Bradshaw hit the bar. Just sometimes a little, in those conditions, just a little clip can sometimes get the defenders turning, get them worried, lose their footing, make a mistake in shit conditions, and we're in. And as a result, second half, honestly, I honestly felt it could have been 3 or 4-0 to us. We, as I said, Malumbi clips one forward straight away. Just a different ball. And you can see Preston, centre-halves all day. If balls are coming in, floating left, right, centre-halves are just going to munch them up. Boom, thanks for coming. Boom, thanks for coming. Yeah, boom, there you go. There's another one. You start varying it and mixing it up. Then they've got more to think about, and they've got to do more work, and they may be setting shapes and in positions that they're ready for balls. You start mixing it up, a variation with your play, you'll start moving people about the pitch and creating space. And that's exactly what happened. And we get a chance. Sean Hutchinson, I remember from a header before he scored, which gets cleared just the way. Bavardson was unlucky, a ball in from Malumbi. It's a nice flat ball, direct, don't fuck around, just stick it in behind the defenders. We forced a few corners, forced a couple of good saves from their keeper, and then the one I'm talking about obviously earlier, the big chance, Tom Bradshaw, ball over the top. Again, defender just loses his foot in Bradshaw's pace, takes him away from goal. I feel for Bradshaw at the minute, I really do, because we know he's got goals in him, we know he's a brilliant goal scorer, but I've got to be honest, when he hit the bar, I wasn't that angry. And I've got to tell you straight, I've got to be honest, I would have been fuming if Bavardson would have hit the bar there. So unfortunately, Tom, I've got to tar you with the same brush. I can't, just because I like you more as a player, be more sympathetic towards you. He should have scored. He had plenty of time. He showed the pace. He's unlucky again. Look, he's a way. Can I say that? I've said it. From opening the scoring. The same to Jeb Wallace. A lot of people on Jeb Wallace's bollocks for the penalty he missed. He's hit the bar and gone over. Yes, it's gone miles over, but it's hit the bar. So, 2 shots there, 1 penalty and 1 one-on-one from Tom Bradshaw in a week could have been a difference between another 4 points on the ball for us. 4 points? How's your maths? No, 2. So, unlucky for Bradshaw, but again, another forward, a lesser forward who I rate less, I would have been moaning that he hadn't scored that. So, there you go. But listen, there was no harm done in the long run, wasn't it? We continued to press, and eventually we got the breakthrough. It was a corner from Wallace, I think, who, again, for me, it was a toss-up between Jed Wallace and Tom Bradshaw for man of the match yesterday. Jed, again, was full of beans, full of running, and you could see defenders are shitting themselves when he's on the ball. They don't want him on the ball. And that is a big thing for Jed as well. People may say he's gone off the ball lately, or he's not as fantastic as he was. But teams will see how well that he is doing, and they will set out to try and nullify Jed, and maybe they succeeded. But yesterday, he was brilliant, full of pace, full of attacking ideas, full of confidence. But at times he didn't try to silly step overs and stuff in the wrong areas. He did the right things with the ball, and he used his football mentality and intelligence to do the right things. And as a result, he's probably man of the match for me, along with Tom Bradshaw. But the goal scorer, and I've said it before and I say it again, 5 goals now for Sean Hutchinson in the league this season. He's almost like the new Jake Cooper, isn't he? But I think Sean Hutchinson is one of the most underrated Millwall players in recent years. He's brilliant. And as I said, he come in, got player of the year, got injured. Alex Pearce come in. And I said Hutchinson was better than Pearce. I got a little bit of shit for that. And I'm not saying either's better. But what I'm saying is, I think they work very well both together. Along with Jake Cooper, has now played every minute of the last 108 games straight for us. 3 centre-halves for us is definitely the way to go. Cooper, for me, is going to go on to bigger and better things in his career eventually. Well, not better, nothing's better than Millwall, but he's going to go on to a bigger club in a bigger division. In my opinion, I still think he'll do that. Hutchinson's a brilliant player and is chipping in and really doing his bit for goals as well. But for me, Alex Pearce is a leader. He leads that team on and off the pitch, trust me. And you can see the players respect him and they fully want him and back him as the captain. So it's good all round, and the three centre-halves, let's not argue if Hutchinson's better or Pearce is better. We got them both in this win-win situation. So the goal, corner from Jed Wallace, shipped in, slightly cleared. Murray Wallace is headed it back goalward. It's been cleared again, and then Murray Wallace sort of backtracks and puts a brilliant header into a perfect area. It just, again, uses his head, literally in more ways than one, excuse the pun. It just helps it back into an area which he knows good. Hutchinson comes from behind defenders. They're appealing for offside. As a result, the keeper doesn't even move. I don't know what the keeper's doing. If that was my keeper, I wouldn't be happy. Sort of put his hand up, don't even go for it. And Hutchinson gives us the lead. And then after that, as we've learned under Gary Rowett, if that was a Neil Harris team, we would have sat back and defended, and we didn't do that. Preston had nothing for us, and we could have built on our lead. Jed gets through, and as I said, Bradshaw went off, and Budvalson went central, and I thought we looked very dangerous, and I thought Budvalson did well central. He nearly got on the end of a Jed Wallace cross from out wide. A forced a corner. He did actually get there before the defender, but the defender makes a good block tackle. Another corner for us. Conor Mahoney again impressed for me when he came on, and he was very unlucky to not score. Jed Wallace and him break through, obviously on the counter-attack. Preston are trying to press for their equaliser, and Jed gets into the box, does exactly the right thing, squares it to Mahoney, who takes a touch, bends it round the keeper at pace, couldn't have done any more, and a Preston player clears it off the line. And after we just continued to press, I didn't feel under pressure really, although my full-time reaction will probably contradict what I've just said there. A brilliant win. A win we didn't need. Let's have it right. We didn't need. We don't make the playoffs this year. It's no disgrace. We have done very well to survive. Let's remember we finished last year, and this year we've had a managerial change, and it's not caused any problem. It's just carried our momentum and our success even higher and even further up the league. So it will be no disgrace, and we wasn't desperately needing to win that to make the playoffs. But now the carrot has been dangled, we all want what we can see could possibly happen. And we have got, other than Nottingham Forest, a very, very favourable run-in. I was going to say easy. No, there is no easy games in the Championship, as we saw yesterday with Fulham losing 3-0 at home to Barnsley, I think it was in the end. So, a very favourable run-in. And the top seven, I'll put this on the screen now because someone said this to me earlier. I think it was John O'Mara, thanks for that. All the top sides, they've all got to play each other. And as I said, there's no easy games in the Championship, but we've had a very tough run of games of late, and that has now put us 4 points behind Preston, who are in 6, and I think we've got every chance. And if we don't make it, it doesn't matter, because we're proud of the team, we're proud of the players and the manager, and we've had a very good season this season. Again, our third in the Championship established. Bang, job done. We will be back for a fourth without an absolute shadow of a Brussels sprout. So, listen, I'm buzzing again. I've been ill. I've had a bladder infection, and it just shows you what a goal from Sean Hutchinson towards the end of the game could do for a bladder infection. Because I've had lack of sleep last night. I couldn't sleep with excitement the night before, so I've had about 6 hours sleep in the last 2 nights. Not even really had a beer either. So just buzzing now, buzzing for the times and the promise around the club. It really, really is looking rosy. But as I said, we can go into this now. These last final 13 games. As Pete O'Mara said, he called it absolutely spot on. He called the win, he called the run-in, says it's favourable. And yes, it's favourable. And if we do it, fantastic. But if we don't, as I said, brilliant season all round. So we've got nothing to lose. Everything to gain. We can play without without any fear or inhibitions. Is that the word I'm looking for? I was going to say prohibition, but that's like some booze ban back in the 50s. Anyway, it's been a long couple of days, and I'm going to wrap it there. 1-0 to the Lions. Well done, the boys. Fucking brilliant. So that's your lot for this post-match analysis. I really, really do need a rest and a couple of days off now. Obviously, we are at home next Saturday. No, we're not. We're away to Wigan. There you go. That's how tired I am. So we will be travelling back up the M6. Can't wait for that one. But until then, I'm going to have a day off tomorrow. This will go out tonight. I will be filming some Millwall history VTs during this week, and I might even get a Roaring Lion podcast. We're really working hard to push the channel, but not as hard as Gary Rowett and his band of merry men, I was going to say. Please subscribe to Lions TV. Come on, you Lions.